Oh wow! Sorry.
No,
You need to see that one.
What is that?
Look at this. This is a joke. Guys, look.
Look at the name. Yeah, one day.
So basically, what are your thoughts on dating your friend's ex?
Terrible.
You don't even have to be a friend. It's someone that you know's ex.
Nah,
Terrible idea. With this many people in the
not if
world,
I can help it.
the world isn't. I know it's a small world, but it's not that small. Yeah.
It's a small world. Why make it smaller?
Yeah, exactly.
But what if it's real love?
For me, I will never know because I'm
wouldn't
very
get that
like
close to find out.
Yeah, I've got a barrier anyway at any given point, and I think with people, I just don't really get close to people that are connected to people in that way. Like, there will only ever be a certain level of friendship that I can have with a friend's boyfriend.
How close is close though?
That
So
you
let's say like a
you
work
might
colleague.
get for who? What? For a work colleague's what partner?
Ex-partner.
Why would I even know them like that?
So you might have seen them once or twice or whatever.
Yeah, once or twice. Where what love is being born out of that?
But you see,
Okay, without being difficult.
I don't fall in love that easy.
Without being difficult, let's
Yeah.
assess the possibilities
Yeah.
of
No,
like,
I
would it be
couldn't.
okay or would it not?
No,
Let's just
it wouldn't.
say,
Of course it wouldn't. No, I don't need that.
I don't think it would be okay. However,
Okay.
I think it depends on the circumstances that any likeness for the other person has arisen and when it happened. So
I mean,
if it's
people are gonna
flourishing
love
while
who
the
they
person
love,
is still with
so-
them, then that's an issue.
People are going to love who they love.
As in, if you say it's a friend's ex-partner, the reason why I'd find it inherently taboo is that no matter how innocent it is, if it is innocent, they're always going to think, how long did you like them? Did you like them while I was with them? Are you part of the reason we broke up? And it's just, it's extremely toxic. Because that's the first, because there's a rule, I'm not saying it's a rule to go by, but there's sometimes, a bit of truth to this rule, is that the person, when you break up with someone, the person that they get with is the person they're talking to every time you piss them off. It's the person they're talking to every time you argued. And if you find that that person that they're now with is your friend, you'll be like, wow, what kind of friend are you? You've been waiting for this empire to fall, You've been sitting on a bench waiting to be called onto the pitch. Me personally, if one of my friends was to go out with one of my exes, good luck to you, mate. They're my ex for a reason, innit? Like, good luck to you. Do you? I'd be happy for you. Do you? But regardless of having that sort of attitude towards it, part of me would think like, wow, how long were you scouting out that situation? How much of a friend are you? How close were you staying to me just to be close to them? So
little seeds.
yeah, exactly. Like, how many times have you tried to like comfort her after we've argued? Like, it's just shit like that.
I don't even think I'm the authority on this. I'm so I've been so like anti people in the past. Like, I've had situations. I've had people try it, but literally like, I'm so anti people that they probably wouldn't even know the difference between me ignoring them because I just don't like them and ignoring them because they're close to someone that I know. They would never know that that's the reason why. They would never know that even if I did fancy them, which I don't, I was never it would never happen because for me, it's awkward enough if I meet someone new, it's awkward enough. You've got exes, and at some point I might have to meet them, and that's all long because I don't need undue stress. Why? But I already know who your ex is. Like, it's long.
Yeah.
And so I know, like, if I'm just out and about, I don't know if someone's your ex or not. But if I already know who your ex is, like, that's just long. Like, it's just is already annoying. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you don't know who the person's ex is, it could be anyone, it could be no one. Like, it's irrelevant.
So I've been in a situation where someone who wasn't a friend, but someone, you know, when you've got a large friend group and there's like, you know, the sidemen of the group, the tag-alongs, like they're not really part of the core group, but you gotta be nice, you know? And
The sidemen of the group.
like, it's,
I hope no one ever calls me that, you know. Just drop me out the group if that's the case.
nah, like,
I don't wanna be the
you know,
sideman
some
of no
people, they're
group.
not even part, like they kind of know one person and they accidentally got invited to one drink up and now they're at everything. Like, you know, it's, anyway, so one of these gentlemen, an ex from years ago that I broke up with, second I broke up with her, he was just pinging her DMs, oh no, constantly.
Yeah.
And yeah, and it didn't upset me or make me insecure in the slightest. I thought, wow, like, you know, that's really you, that's your life, isn't it? Like,
Do you think that whoever gets with your ex, if they know you, is trying to replicate what you probably are? They saw your happiness and thought they can have the same thing.
sometimes they think they can have the same thing but better. Maybe they think they can do better on my side of things, you know. Sometimes I think people like to assume that they can know about a situation just from the outside. Like sometimes in relationships, like this is a big thing that a lot of partners can have. You could argue with someone, you could say to someone a negative point about them, like, oh, you're not helpful, you don't listen. And their response will either, rather than being like, oh, why do you not find me helpful? What have I not listened to? They're like, oh, all my friends think I listen, all my friends find me helpful. Your friends aren't putting up with you in the same capacity that I am. You know, the person you are with your friends is completely different.
Yeah, your friends always get the best, but it's like having a holiday romance. That person's only ever seen the best parts of you because when you're on holiday, you've got no responsibilities, you're relaxed, do you know what I mean? Your money's all disposable income because you ain't got to pay rent or bills.
And you know there's a time limit. You're going home on Sunday. Like.
And you're like, there's like, everything's chilled. That's different from being with someone day in, day out.
Yeah.
Like, completely different.
Yeah. Like your good friend who you see once a month for a day at a time can't have the same level of insight that someone who spends weeks and days with you at a time. So it's not always comparable.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes why people might want to, even in a non-malicious way, like get with their partners, get with their friend's ex-partner, it's because from the outside they just saw the good bits. You know, they'll bring them round. For example, I've been in this situation myself where like I've had like a massive argument with somebody on the way to somewhere, and when we get there, you'd never know that we just had a massive argument. You never know that we just almost broke up in the cab. You would never know. You'd think, oh wow, happiest couple ever. He's so proud of her. Look how he looks at her so lovingly across the table. Blah 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 blah. But you don't know what's underneath all of that. And I think sometimes
you don't know the work that's gone into being able to. Do you know what I mean? Being able to have that argument and deal with it and thing it.
Yeah.
You don't know all the work that goes in behind that. And the question is like, people want that finished product. They want the person that comes out of that, but you don't know all the work that's gone on behind it.
It's like the pregnancy joke session. Everyone congratulates you for being pregnant, but nobody realises how many times you had to get fucked. That's the same thing with any sort of success story. Like literally, like people see the finished product and they're like, oh, it's great, but they don't know what you had to do to achieve all of that. And it's what? Wow. But yeah,
Show this is a family show.
Nobody told me.
yeah. And it's,
I'm pretty sure Mal used the word cunt earlier.
in context.
Yeah, mine was in context too.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
To be fair, there's no context for the C-bomb. I got a bit carried away with myself. And also, with sometimes I think that friends, it seems quite taboo because it's really close to home. But I think all of us, at some point in our life, have looked at like a celebrity relationship maybe, and thought of like, not in a malicious way, but replacing a member of that relationship, being like, you know, I remember like being younger thinking like, I know I'm quite young, but think I'd make a really good husband for Beyonce, you know. Yeah. And it's not, I've got nothing against Jay-Z. I think Jay-Z's awesome. Like, you know, I grew up on like loads of his music, not just his music, but loads of things that he says. Like, you know, I think you mentioned as well before that you
course,
like.
Yeah, that's my second dad.
Exactly that, and
Does he know?
Pretty much.
and I've got nothing against.
That guy raised me, but I am where I am today because of Jay-Z, bro. His music and what he's done.
It's a big influence on me. Yeah, Jay-Z, even some fictional characters like Goku from Dragon Ball Z, but I'm not going to go off on a tangent. I've got reasons for that. Don't make up your face. Yeah. Yeah, so. Oh,
Do you know who really shaped me? Pingu.
I hear you. I'm not saying I agree. I'm just saying I
Doesn't
hear
say
you.
anything, but he gets his message across. You seen that episode where he's just like, he just literally pissed off and that, like he's all mad and that you're getting the foot shot.
Yeah.
Thing like he doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
But you always know what he's saying.
Yeah, true.
Sometimes you don't have to speak.
You see the X thing, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
You thought my Pingu comment was baseless, innit?
No, you're assuming I didn't want to mansplain my opinion to you.
Okay,
so
good.
you.
like with the X thing, do you think? Because quite often, quite often, you think it's one person who's instigated it or who's pushed forward. Do you think it's both of them? Do you think?
Okay,
In terms
so
of the betrayal side of things.
when I was.
There's got to be some interest on the other part, even if it's just a little bit.
Even if it's one of them. So, for example, like, I had a friend when I was in secondary school. I had a friend, and her boyfriend lived near me, so she used to come my way home, and we used to chill in the park, blah blah blah. And I never thought anything of it. Like, literally never really paid him that much attention, to be honest. But then, like, because I'm friendly, I think sometimes people get more of a vibe from me than I think I'm giving off.
Yeah.
I'm like, mate.
Yeah.
I was just polite and I smiled.
Yeah.
It's just how I am. Doesn't mean I want to sleep with you.
Yeah.
Like, still at my big age now, I'm still having to explain to you, I'm just polite. I don't like you.
Yeah.
Very tricky. But he broke up with her, and then like a couple of days later he calls me.
Oh shit.
Why is he calling me? He's like, oh well, I just want to say that I like you. Blah, blah. I was like, you just broke up with my friend. He's like, yeah. I was like, you realise I'm gonna have to go and tell her this? It's like, he's like, oh, you got to do what you got to do, and I'm like, the audacity. Like, I remember thinking, like, and you're talking like I was maybe 16 or 17.
Yeah.
Like, so still young and still at that age where a lot of people will go, oh, I was young, I didn't think. And my initial instinct was, like, are you actually serious? Like, you know that I'm very good friends with her. You've broken up with her, and then immediately, like, not even given it a grace period. Not even, do you know what I mean? It's not like years have passed. Like,
Right.
you've immediately, I don't care about the grace period, I still wasn't interested. But I know, because I know that was what you were going to say.
No, it
but I'm
wasn't.
saying, even out of
It wasn't.
respect,
Oh,
there was
yeah.
no, like, even, like, respect period. Like, came straight to me, like, oh, I like you. What did you think I was going to do? Jump straight
I
into
think
your
that's
bed
more honest, though.
and fill the gap?
I think that's more honest, to be honest.
Yeah, it is honest, but...
I'm not saying
mate,
it's good.
But
But it's more
yeah,
honest,
it was. Yeah, of course it is. I respected the honesty, but I just had to hit him back with some honesty.
facts.
Like, yeah, like you know,
what it is?
I'm
Like,
gonna tell her that you said this because,
Yeah.
like, that's my friend, and I don't really want you to go back and then be trying to make it out like it's something different than what it is.
So you mentioned-
I'd rather just get the facts out there.
So you mentioned grace period, right? I wouldn't call it grace period because that's just like an excuse,
Yeah.
right? Like grace period. Now, so do you think there's a time frame on this subject where
No.
where
I mean, maybe.
do you know what I mean? Because
Yeah, maybe.
So it's a perfect scenario. You went out with someone when you're 16 or 15 or whatever, and when they're like 19 or whatever it is, they went out with your friend. That's years gone past. Is that more acceptable, or
In
is
my
it not at all?
opinion-
Once you've gone out with them, that's it. You can't go out with someone's
It's more
friend
acceptable,
if you
yeah.
know them.
In my opinion, people are not possessions. We don't own anyone. Anyone can choose to be with who they want to be. but you should have a bit of consideration for the people around you. Like, if obviously if that's like a genuine, like if you genuinely like fall for someone, some things can't be helped that they went out with someone before they know you. Like, do you know what I mean? It happens even within family, but there has to be it has to be done in a respectful way at any given point. But then in saying that, it's just not for me. But that's my personal preference. But then in order to do that, I will never get that close to someone in that position. I will never allow myself to even be close to that position. That's my choice.
Yeah.
But if you do, then you know, things happen. But you just have to try and be respectful in the way that you're doing things.
Respectful in that situation?
You don't go behind people's backs.
But you're not going to ask for consent to go out with someone.
No.
If you fall in love with someone.
Exactly.
Like,
It's not about consent.
No consent,
because we all have free will.
Yeah.
It's about respect. It's about, for example, if you two were friends and you were going out with a girl and you split up with that girl, it's about, you know, he might have sensed the vibe, there might be a connection going. It's not about him coming to you and saying, "Oh, can I have your permission? Do you mind if I?" Of
course not.
It's about him coming to you and saying, "Look, I respect you. I know that you two had a relationship."
But I'm seeing
before anything starts. Mine. No. Before anything starts, I just wanted to let you know that these are the feelings that I'm having.
Right.
Which
is what should happen.
Yeah,
right.
But that's not what happens.
Exactly. That's
because people act first and think later. Yeah. Even if that, like, something happened and you lot slept together, often things get back to people from other people, which means that it's a lack of respect because you've done stuff in a way that other people know. So which means either you've done stuff publicly so that people are aware that something's going on, or you've gone back and told people. So if you can run back and tell other people, why can't you go and tell the person that you two both supposedly have some kind of connection with? Why not address that? Do you know what I mean? To that person that you both supposedly have cared for or still care for. Why not? Do you know what I mean? It's a respect thing. It's not about permission, because ultimately, if you went to someone in a respectful way and they still decided to behave irrationally about it, you've done all you can do.
Yeah.
But
they can't stop you from being together. Ultimately, they can't stop your free will. But it's about doing everything you can do to make sure that things aren't uncomfortable down the line for anyone involved. Because the only reason people act out is because they're hurt.
And quite often, if you tell someone the truth and they can't handle it, that's not your fault.
No.
You've told the truth.
Yeah, you've been transparent.
This is the scenario I'm in. This is the situation, and if they're not happy with it, that's not your fault.
Yeah.
You've told the truth, you've been respectful, and you've actually considered their feelings. So I mean, to tell them the truth. It's a touchy subject.
Yeah. Yeah, I think just transparency and honesty, because I think the main takeaway is if that person is your friend really, or they're ever really your friend, and their ex ever really did care about them, they're meeting up with them you don't have to make a big event about it. You don't have to go for dinner and chat about it. Just say, have a chat to them, be like, yeah, this is what's happening. With or without your blessing, we're going to continue because we actually, because you're not doing it. You're not asking for permission.
Yeah.
You're keeping them in the loop. So I think once
communication. Everything comes back.
Okay, let me get this right. So it's okay as long as you let the person know.
Oh, I think
it's
not
not like
it's
an okay thing. I'm not like for me, it wouldn't be something I would actively.
Actively, friendships.
It's not a thing. It's not a thing I would be open to in any situation. For example, when I'm around my boyfriend's friends, I don't look at them in that way. It's just not there in my mind. Like it's switched up. But that's the way I am. That's the thing. But it's just switched off because I'm not even trying to look at them that way.
Yeah.
I could look at them and say, oh, you got nice hair. Do you know what I mean? Someone could be attractive, but at the same time, I can also recognise in my head that there's traits that I know that are not compatible with me. But it's about being able to identify, and it comes back to comparison. Some people are sitting with their boyfriend and comparing them to the friend.
Yeah, for sure.
Once you start doing that, you're
It's long.
because you're already creating a more than less than
Of course.
situation.
Yeah.
Whereas
And the
when I'm
insecurity comes out
around
the
my
comparison.
boyfriend and his friends, he is him. They are them.
Yeah.
They all have their attributes, but he is suited to me. So that everyone else becomes irrelevant. But if you're unsatisfied with your partner anyway, you're unsatisfied with your relationship, then you're just sitting there window shopping among the friends and that.
Yeah.
And vice versa with guys and their girls.
I think
Address what you need to address with your partner, and if it doesn't work, then obviously it doesn't work. But don't sit there and compare them, contrast and compare, and then go off for one of their friends.
I think me personally, I've never really gotten pally with any of my girlfriends or ex's friends in that way, because also I'll be courteous and polite. I'll contribute to conversation, I'll speak, I won't be awkward. But why am I going to be making friends with my girlfriend's friends? Like, it's just a bit...
Yeah.
I don't know, for me...
I like some of my boyfriend's friends, but not like that. I like the friends of his
Like,
that
they're
are
cool,
good
but you
friends to him.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I judge his friends. I judge his friends based on how I see them treat him.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, that's my judgment of them as a friend, because ultimately they're not my friends. If we split up, I will probably never see you again. I don't keep in touch with. I'm not one of them people that's like, oh, we were together, they're my friends too now. Nah,
that's
not.
low.
I've got my own friends.
No.
I don't need to steal someone
I don't even have
else's.
time for, like...
So that is
like,
how I
real
judge them.
friends.
That is
Why
my
have no time
judgment.
for
So I have
yours?
no opinion of them other than how I see them as friends. It's irrelevant to me if they're attractive, not attractive, friendly, not friendly. They are fine with they treat me fine, they treat him fine. That's my opinion.
I suppose as well, friends on social media is not really friends, because if you are with your boyfriend now, say you're together for like 10 years, and you've got intertwined with friends, you all follow each other on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, all the socials, and you two break up, but you're still friends with all his friends, and his
I have
friends
one
with your
of
friends, or
my
whatever it is.
ex's friends,
Right.
one or two, on my Instagram,
Why haven't you, like... Yeah.
snapped and disappeared.
Yeah. That's what I do straight away, man. Because, like, sometimes...
Because that ex, we didn't have like an acrimonious breakup.
That makes
We
perfect
were
sense, yeah.
fine. Do you know what I mean? I've still got his cousin still follows me.
Yeah.
Lovely girl. But because we're
People
not
follow you, it's not
That deep.
Yeah,
It's not a friendship,
I don't know
yeah.
why people take it so personal.
Yeah,
It's
but then
just-
even like, but I might like, I go through because I go through periods of sending people memes or that thing, and I might not chat to them through a matching. But I've like a chat to his friend. We have similar music taste. So he might send me some new music or whatever. But for me, that it will never go further than that.
It depends on the history and the dynamic.
For
I
me,
think, big
it
time,
will
yeah.
never go further than that, because ultimately, when I think, even though I know him in his own right, do you know what I mean? Like, he is still his friend, even if they haven't spoken for ages. Do you know what I mean? 'Cause he's another one that drops in and out of contact with people.
Yeah.
Even if they haven't spoken, that is how I know you.
Yeah.
Like, in the same way, but I don't know if that's just me, because my brain just gets stuck in things like that. Like, when I meet someone, however I learn your name, that's your name. If I learn your name as a nickname, that's your name. If I learn your name as a normal name, I'll probably never switch to a nickname. It's just that is just how I am.
Do you think it's different for guys?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's different for us for different reasons. Like sometimes because, say...
I think girls know when they meet a guy whether they're willing to sleep with him or not, 9 times out of 10.
Yeah,
And,
definitely.
but
definitely,
a guy,
straight away, yeah.
I think a guy that meets a girl, he'll know if she's attractive, but he doesn't know if he likes her until he's spent a bit of time with her. So for a girl, like, I could meet my boyfriend's friends and be like, oh yeah, I think he's attractive, but blah, blah, blah. I don't think he's attractive. But then they might, do you know what I mean? Guys spend more time around a girl and see how she is, and do you know what I mean, and start to like her as a person. That's when it clicks in.
Yeah, because I don't know. It varies. Because, like, you know,
Does that make sense?
I've met, dated, and
You're
been friends with some
you're
really
like-
attractive people that I've never touched because I think they're stupid and extremely annoying. So it varies. I think it really varies.
Well, it depends on the person. So for me, like, I don't know. I feel like I'm always looking for a reason. It sounds bad. I'm always looking for a reason to reject someone. Like, I'm always looking for a reason to push people. Like, I've got walls upon walls. So for me, like, I'm like, I'm like, no, like I don't want to say. I might meet someone and I might think they're attractive, and then they might open their mouth and I might be like, nope. Or they might open their mouth and I might think, oh yeah, you're cool, and then they might go down, and then they'll say one thing and I'll be like, nope. Like, and as soon as I've put that, like, nope, it doesn't often go back from there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I just write people off. Not write people off as people, because I can appreciate people as a thing, but write people off in a capacity where I'm like, I'll see something and go, couldn't deal with that.
Yeah.
In my mind, as soon as I've written you off as a potential relationship, everything else is irrelevant. So it's because it makes it so easy. So that's so easy to be faithful, because you just write people off. It's just like, nope,
Yeah, true.
nope,
True.
nope, nope, nope.
I think
there's not
sometimes-
much, because I know myself.
Yeah.
So I know, because I know myself, I know what I can deal with. So when I like certain people, certain people, it can be little things, or I can think it's a little thing, and then I realise that ultimately it's not a little thing. It's because that little thing becomes a big thing when I'm tired.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
someone, like people,
Tiredness.
like people that jabber, or people, if I don't like the sound of their voice, I think, and then I'll go to myself, it's not that bad. You're being mean. I'm like, no, because when I'm tired, everything annoys me, and I'm gonna get annoyed about the sound of your voice.
But to go. For me,
So I like a deeper voice, because I like lower tones. So like when I'm tired, I need things to be like here. So my boyfriend's voice is nice and deep. So when I'm tired and I don't really want to stand talking, his voice is like, ooh. And I'm like, it's like soothing, isn't it? I don't want to listen
Shut
to
your mouth,
anything.
Shelby.
show you're weak in it. Hey, no, I don't know. I wouldn't condone. I wouldn't condone going out with someone's ex that you know as a friend, innit? Like that to me is a bit too much. But I think, like you said, if that's gonna happen and you don't consider the other person's feelings and stuff.
I've had a few friends' exes suggest thing, and I think that's why it
suggestion is
just
different
doesn't.
from actually doing.
Yeah, but when someone
Right.
suggests something because they don't think you're going to say yes, but if I did say yes, it would happen. That kind of suggestion.
Yeah, but that's not the same as going out with them.
Yeah, exactly. That's a whole different.
No,
ballgame.
yeah, but even that's still a betrayal. If your friend, what's
What
worse?
cheeky
What's
bit of
worse?
theoretical flirting.
No. What's worse? No, but what I'm saying is, when someone suggests. When someone makes a suggestion, but they're kind of just floating a
Throwing it out
bait,
there.
but full well, because a girl more time has control of those kind of things. If I was to
Or you
bite
think
it,
you do.
that as in whether it happens or not.
Yeah.
If I was to bite that piece of bait, then something would happen.
Yes. Yeah.
But I'm never biting, because I'm just not interested. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's
easy for guys to say,
happened.
I'm obviously joking.
Yeah.
If you say, I
Exactly.
get that. Yeah.
I'm like that with everyone.
Guilty.
It's just a flirty
Yeah.
comment.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if I'd said, all right, come on then.
Hashtag no comment.
Guilty. Not in my adult life, but definitely younger.
Message.
Guilty. Yeah, definitely. Oh, big time. Guilty. No.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I'm obviously joking. Come on.
For me, it's a no-no.
Yeah.
It's a no-no. Obviously, there are circumstances, like I said before, years down the line, everyone's growing up, blah, 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 da-da-da-da, but for you to be friends with someone, you break up, they break up, and then you go after the ex, or you break up, they go after your ex, or straight away, it's like, there's always been a hidden agenda.
Yeah. Yeah.
For me personally,
No smoke
I wouldn't
without fire.
care if someone went out with my ex.
See, I wouldn't care, but
Because-
it's about how you carry yourself. Come correct about it. Don't be like
Yeah.
spilling tea
Yeah.
with me when you see
My
me.
point
Like,
again.
Don't
And
be
also, like, I
pulling her
think
closer when you
it's
see me
as
looking
well-
over your shoulder. Like, no. That's-
I know why I'm not with my ex. Like at any given point, like you know why you're not with your ex.
Exactly.
So
That's why I kind of think it'd
So
be
it's more for-
funnier
yeah,
for me.
It's more for bonus. Isn't
like
it?
yeah,
It'd be
so
funny for
why-
me watching someone
why
be
would
so
it- does it
eager to
even
pick
bother-
up what I couldn't wait to get away from
Yeah,
Do you
as
think?
well.
Tony Braxton, he wasn't man enough.
Stop.
These bars-
Quit playing.
Do you think there's pride involved?
Oh yeah, it's a lot of
Plenty.
ego. Do you know how much stuff comes down to ego?
Sometimes there's pride involved with not consulting your friend about it. Like, cause
Yeah, that
here's a scenario.
I don't need
Oh,
your
but what
permission.
about so and so? listen,
Oh,
I'm fucking bad, man. You think I need this? No. We used to send him shot back in the day. I don't have to tell him nothing. It's just all that bravado, all that bullshit. Like, I see us as men, seriously, we say and do some fuckery shit for no reason, no reason. And even as like wise as I am, as grown as I am now, I even say some stupid shit. Where I say something, and I look back at what I just said, like, no, Mal, you're not really about that though. Seriously, you got work in the morning, shut up. And it's just like sometimes you've got to backtrack. And I can find that in a situation where, maybe not me personally, but even a younger me, if I was ever faced with a situation where I was asking out a friend's ex and they're to be like, maybe talk to him about it, I could have maybe taken offence and be like, what do you mean? You have to like, go ask for permission. Like, what did you think this friendship was like? Did you think it was... And then, ego just snowball out of control, and then something that would have been a nice simple conversation turns into a big secret. And there's just like loads of issues in the world could have been solved if people were just more open in the beginning. And then I think it could turn into something really toxic further down the line, because a friend finding out won't be like, I can't believe you're going out with my ex. It's like, I can't believe you're going out with my ex and you couldn't even just tell me. It's not like, I expect you to come to me for permission. Yeah, exactly. So it's
communication.
Yeah.
Bottom line, really no one cares.